Let's get building.
Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuildz. I am your host Johnny, and yes, that we had Darth Vader in there just because, what can I say, Star Wars is a little bit better than Star Trek. But we are building this gigantic set. It's kind of funny that this is the I say it's the second UCS set that they came out with this year. Simply because most of the UCS sets are ship-based. I don't count the Death Star, the Death Slice, the Flat Star. Hey, you are? Good to see you. I don't count that as a UCS set. It's a collection of dioramas. But this is what we're going to do, and that poll question, is it going to be boldy? We don't know yet, so we're going to find out. Yeah, and actually, it is a nice box, and I forgot my... Oh, yeah, I forgot my knife. So give me one quick second, and then we will get started. So hold on. Hi, kitties. All right, sorry about that. Not used to being out here, but because this is a bigger build, it needs to be out here in the dining room, which is where you're going to hear the alarm probably about 8:12. So, got the knife. We're ready to get started. So let me get the timer going. Ready? 3, 2, 1, boom. So let's do a little bit of unboxing here and see just how boldy this may be. All right, so let's move it out of the way. I had it propped up a little bit just so it was easier to see. As you can see, it kind of loses the lighting or whatever. I also have, just so you guys know, I have the light kit I'm going to use. This is just a, you know, simple $5 thing that I got at Dollar Tree, and it worked really good for a couple things I already did. What is it called? The Hogwarts Castle. Worked really well for that. 27. Oi, tag 27. Not 6-7. 28, 22. So all the high numbers are going to be up here. I figured there would be a box. So this is different than Ben's. When Ben had his, when he started his Enterprise, all his bags were paper. Mine are not. This is exactly how the Death Star was. The outside big bags are plastic, and the inside ones are paper. At least some of them are. So that's really bizarre. I don't understand. I don't understand Lego. They're insisting that they're going to go and do paper, and yet, when they have an opportunity to do it, they don't. So that's kind of weird. So. All right, so these are all the high numbers. There's bag 30. That's the last bag, I believe, because that has, you can see there's purple pants in there. That's Gyna. Gaia? Gyna. I think it's Gyna. Yep. All right, so I opened it from the wrong side, so to speak. Let's get the box out. And that's what we're going to start with. Come on, box. There we go. Don't want to hit the ceiling fan. All right. So let's put all these back in. Really, really odd, though, that they're doing, like, again, they're going for sustainability. They're going for, or so they say, less plastic with a plastics company, which is kind of funny, because that's what Lego is. And yet, they have, again, an opportunity to do all paper bags, and so they do some of them as paper and some of them as plastic. It's really bizarre. And it's the bigger bag that is still plastic. That's weird. Let's see. Yeah. All right, you should be able to hear me now because the microphone is fixed. So my cat, Paisley, decided to get herself caught in the main cord for the camera and disconnected it. And everything pulled out. So yeah, so all right, let's try this again. Hold on. I just need to fix the main camera. I need to turn it off and turn it back on. We should be good. Oh wait, no, it's still disconnected. Hold on. There we go. So that was interesting. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. Whew. That was interesting. So reposition stuff. There we go. All right. Hi again. Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, she got Paisley got herself caught in the cord down below because of course she was sniffing stuff, and then she went to leave, and yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, you're here in spirit. Thank you. I appreciate that. MJ. You're still on the meeting, huh? I had to leave. Okay, one thing Ben had said was the instructions could be folded up. Doesn't look like they are, so that's good. Let's get these bags out. We're gonna keep the clock rolling because that's what happened. That was fun. I don't know how it looked to you, but like I could tell everything just went whoop. All right, that's 10. All right, those are gonna be extra, so I need to move this over just a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. All right, so there we go. Those get out to the side. Bag 4, 3. I should at least be able to get through those. So that stays out, but that's not till the saucer, I'm guessing. There's bag 2. 14. 11, so 11 and 10. 13, 8. So there are 30 bags, which is neat, I guess. 5. 13. That's a lot of blue. Oh, that must be the nacelles. And of course, all the way at the end, bag 1. All right, so we got bag 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's get 8. I don't have any other glue in there, do too low? No. So 14, 13. Easier if I do this. 12, 11 and 10. That's 6. So that's 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5. There we go. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. We're gonna put that down. Start with bag 1 and the instructions. 2, 3, 4 go there. And we are going to put this on the back. There we go. So we kind of have a backdrop. There we go. All right. We're ready now, I think. So this is a really heavy paper thing, but they give you arrows that say this is where you open it. It is where you open it. All right, now let's see if my sticker sheet. And I cannot tell because I cannot read it, so we're gonna have to wait. It's a little too far away from me without glasses, so we're gonna have to wait. Is it boldy or is it not? We don't know. So two books. One is going to be the bottom half, and then the other one is going to be the saucer section. So cats can play around with that and lay on it. So book 2, put it over here. Probably not going to get to that tonight. So, all right, let's get started. Too boldy or not too boldy? That is the question. Hi, everybody. What did you have for dinner? I had egg bites in a pita. It was really good. So, hey, Dusty, how you doing? We are getting started. Well, no, we have been started. Had a problem though. My one cat decided to get stuck in the cord and yank everything down, and I kind of had to reset a little bit. So, yeah. Steak bits and pumpkin pie. That does not seem like it goes together. Just saying. All right. So first things first, let's do a little bit of light reading. Just see if there's anything cool about the Enterprise that it says. A star in Star Trek history. You have the bridge, first ever Star Trek Lego model. Yes, that's one of the biggest reasons why I got this, because it is the first Star Trek official Lego set. So we got Picard, Data, Worf. Is it Data or Data? I think it's Data. At least that's the way Picard always said it. So cats are worse. This is the first time my cat has ever done something like this. For me being there it is. What time is it? 8:13. So it was pretty close. This is the first time my cat's ever done that. They've laid on here and stuff before, and this is the first time they ever got caught and then just took off. So we got Worf, Riker, Deanna Troi, Beverly Crusher, LaForge, Guinan, it's Guinan, and Wesley Crusher. So those are the people that we have. So first thing first, as the Enterprise's chief medical officer, Dr. Beverly Crusher always carries her medical tricorder with her. Okay, so we are doing Beverly first. So I was watching Ben do his stream a little bit when he started, and it was kind of fun to watch because like I knew where, like I wasn't paying attention much to the build, but curious to see how we compare. I mean, I know I build faster than he does, but I'm curious to see where I go with this. Now it has a tricorder. Oh, it's just a tile. So her tricorder is just a little tile. So there's MJ again. See, there's nothing much going on. So before we had this, so we'll put Beverly back here. Before we got started with this, and MJ's probably still on it, I think. We're having a lug meeting online just because we couldn't figure out a venue to be able to have it at. And so I was on that for a little bit, but then it's like, you know, I have to do this. So, oh, we're doing the character stand. First thing. All right. Makes sense. Let's get that out of the way. And let's, because she messed things up, let's bring this down a little bit. There we go. All right. She has no pants? No. No. Why would Paisley wear pants? She does have pants. See? She has pants. She very much has pants. What a strange thing to say. All right. Let's finish this up. And then this will be cool because, like, as we build, we can put all the characters back here on their little stand. So that is really long. And our first sticker. Our first sticker goes here. That says Star Trek, The Next Generation. So, of course, too far away. Yes, she has pants. Yes. Ah, almost had it. Almost had it. Right, there we go. Turned out pretty good. Star Trek, The Next Generation, as opposed to the previous generation, you know. And she goes right here with her little tricorder. And we'll put her right there. All right, there we go. Now you should be able to see her pants. So. All right, let's actually begin on the bottom half of the Enterprise, and we start with, so here's the interesting part. So I'm going to try, so this might slow me down, but I am going to try to get lights in this thing as I build, as opposed to after the fact and having to take things apart. I'm going to try anyway. So what I have to do is start getting, it depends on where we're at with this first bag, but I have to start getting things kind of lined up, figure out where things go, so that as the build happens, I can kind of, oops, no, too close. I can put that in. And they have a lot, so this is kind of cool, but they have a lot of little Technic pieces. Like this has a hole in it, so I may be able to utilize that. I don't know yet, though. But until I know where this is located as part of the build, I'm not sure what all I can do with it yet. And kind of hard to tell. Okay. And I will say this, and Ben noticed this as well as he started building this, is they made these sets easier to build, like UCS sets. So for instance, the Falcon has over twice as many pieces as this. It has over 7,500 pieces and only 16 bags. Only 16 bags. Whereas this set has 30 bags for 3,600 pieces. So you're looking at only 120 pieces roughly in each bag. So they made this a lot more accessible. Like, because so the instructions, like, it's like here, 4 pieces go together. And it's like, that expands the instructions out a lot. But, you know, overall makes the build itself a bit easier. Which is fine. I'm just used to, like, having tons of pieces to do at once. So, blah. You go back there. Okay. So I like seeing this. I'm not sure what part this is, but I like seeing all these flat pieces. Because I'm guessing things are going to insert in. Like this is, the fact that they have this here means it's going to have a hook of some kind that goes in. Which will be useful later, hopefully, with the lights. But we'll see. I know kind of how it's built sort of sideways. Like this, if this is what I think it is, then it kind of gets built on its side in a goofy kind of way, which may or may not be useful for putting lights in, but we'll find out. Okay. So, build is easier if your arm isn't too tired from all the page turning. Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. So here's another one of these little joint things that has a ball. You know, a ball thing can go in there. And again, they kind of make this. They do kind of make it like a model where you're putting the pieces all together once you get so far. You need to stop opening, so I'm going to push you out of the way. There you go. Oh, all right. Let me do this first. All right, so we got these 1x1s going through. And this is how they do this sort of thing, where like they have like the snot brick. So like you could figure out a way to make this go out further, but instead they're like, nah, we're gonna do that. So it kind of evens up, but it's not really. It's kind of funny how they do that sometimes. And a 1x1. Oops. I mean, not an oops. No oops. This could be the shuttle bay, I'm not sure. The only thing about building out here too is the reflection of everything is kind of goofy. Now this one, this instruction, what is this, number 15, actually has a number of pieces you're putting on all at once. All in the same area, which is fine, but it is kind of unusual for these kind of builds to do that now, as I was saying. It must be gray. Oh, no, it's shiny. There you go. Shiny. Was Star Trek the inspiration for pigs in space? Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Pigs in space. Tune in next week. Actually, I think that kind of did multiple different things that it took off of. Like it took from a bunch of different stuff in order to like because it did like the serials type thing, like Buck Rogers. You know, it had a bunch of influences. They're probably, you know, mocking or taking off of like several different things. You know, it's kind of like a way to be let, you know, to honor them in their own funny way. So okay, so we're putting something in here because we've got these pieces that are going on either side. And that's it for that step. All right, so we're putting this down. Let's move it over here. Hopefully my cat doesn't knock over stuff again. That was fun. So yeah, could be pigs in space. All right. So we're almost done with bag 1, even after the fiasco. So yeah, if you know, anytime you watch something like the pigs in space or whatever, like they're doing all kinds of things that are similar to, you know, like the whole, like, very popular in the 60s and 70s was the tune in next time for, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they did that a lot. It's kind of interesting how that goes in there. Anything interesting on the meeting there, MJ? Same bat time, exactly. Yep, same bat time, same bat channel. Okay, so I think this is the neck. I think this is part of the neck going up to, so this is gonna go down, I guess? I don't think it goes, I think this is how the neck is gonna be, like sitting up this way. And then this is like the flat part, and then two halves go together. I have seen that. So we will find out, of course, but it's kind of interesting seeing how things get started. And I'm noticing in this build, very similar to how the Death Star is designed, there's some pieces that just really really aren't on there very well. And I was not a fan of the Death Star because of that. Like once the Death Star was together, oh my, it was to say an original trilogy person's saying, oh my, it was very, very, very bad. All right, so we got, oh, we're done. All right, put the extra pieces over here. So we are on to bag number 2. Sweet. And it is 9, or 8.8. If it was 9 already, I'd be like, oh, I'm almost done. That would be a horrible way to start. Be like, oh, that's all the further I got. That'd be like, Ben, you beat me. Okay, and as Ben I think mentioned, and some other people did, the only thing about paper bags that I don't like is the fact that, like, you don't know unless you really feel whether there's a piece stuck in there or not. You really have to kind of, you know, push at it. Oop, that's an extra piece. We're going to use these pieces. Okay, put that down and do the next bit. So is anyone working on anything fun right now as far as Lego goes, or as far as any other type of building blocks go? I am very much a proponent of, hey, you see something that you want, that looks good, and, you know, it's non-Lego, that's okay. Go for it, you know. It's, most of the things are cheaper. And actually, the quality ends up being a lot about the same. Like, so the strength of the connection is really good nowadays. It didn't used to be, but a lot of the other ones will do not only things like Lumibricks does, like lights, but they also tend to do things that are like other things that Lego won't do. For instance, like military stuff. Lego avoids that like the plague, which is perfectly fine. They don't want to promote war type things. That's fine. But you know, if you're looking for that kind of stuff just for fun, or because you know you like it, you think it looks cool, whatever, you usually have to go with somebody else. So, though one of my friends, Caden, he displayed at Brickery. Oh, this is interesting how this goes. And he had a. Oh wait, what happened there? Oh, I missed that. Oops. Got to start over. Boo boo. He did a whole thing with Hacksaw Ridge. He's doing an Iwo Jima thing right now that he's working on. So he's making it work his way. So that's pretty cool. He his channel that he does on Instagram is Brick History, and he's really good. Great guy. Met him a couple times. This past year, I saw him at Brick Fair, Virginia. Problem was we were both so busy. We would see each other in passing. Like the door would open, and be like we'd see each other. It'd be like Johnny, Kate, and like keep going. You know, it's like we didn't get time to really talk or anything. He was busy working the event, and I was displaying and such, and it was just we just didn't get to talk or anything like that. It was kind of funny. We're like next time, you know, we'll figure out time. Okay, so that's interesting because it sits up there by its. Oh, this must be. I'm just trying to look. I don't know what this is. You are actually getting my Xmas stuff. Oh yeah. Oh, that's gonna be awesome! I can't wait to see them. Yeah, Christmas stuff. Okay. Yeah, this is along the fuselage here. So this was all set up to do these things. So start putting those on. We have a number of the Christmas Village sets. We didn't get the train. I wish we had gotten the old train when it came out, but unfortunately we did not. But it is cool.
Oh, if I crank it,
It won't be too loud, no. You may hear a printer because my wife is printing. Just saying. So, all right. So this is the neck. This is going up to the neck. I don't think it goes this way. Yeah, this is right here on the box. You can barely see it. But this is going up to where the saucer is. Only it's going to be flipped over like this, I believe. Yeah, so. All right, where are we at? Okay. Dusty knows your name. Dusty said, "Hi, Ringham." And I keep looking back a little bit because the lights up here are bright, so sometimes a little bit difficult to see the instructions because the instructions are so glossy it makes it very reflective. So I have to keep pulling back and being like, yeah, make sure I'm doing the right thing. Anyone hear the printer? I think it's all right. Doesn't sound too loud to me. There we go. One by one that goes here. This is already kind of filling in a little bit just with how this thing is designed. Yeah, I think we're doing this under part right here. So this will be kind of interesting to see what I can do with the lighting stuff. Not quite ready to bring it out yet. But I have an idea in my head kind of how the lighting is going to go. Like because again, it's a long string of lights, so I gotta kind of plan how I'm gonna do it, like what part's gonna go through. Hey Greg, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. We are working on bag number 2 of the Enterprise. And almost done with bag number 2 of the Enterprise. And let's see. Got 2. That looks right. And it looks like those should not be there as extras. Ah, I see. That one goes on there. I was going to say. And that goes there. Kind of a weird bridge. There's like a big gap here, but that's the way they do it. All right. So, yeah. So this is the part. This goes to the saucer. Kind of goofy how it's designed. I'm not a fan of the saucer, but we'll see how this goes. All right, bag number 3. Oh, this one's a bigger one. So. Deep Space Nine would be difficult. Deep Space Nine is huge, so I think Deep Space Nine makes sense to do like a MIDI scale. I think that would be cool. Deep Space Nine is actually my favorite Star Trek, so I would be all for that. And again, look, big plastic bag, little paper bag, just like the Death Star. So weird. Whereas Ben had all paper. It makes no sense whatsoever. Alright. We're going to do this where I'm going to start running out of room really quickly. We'll probably have to put this away. I'm going to do the little pieces here and bigger pieces here, and we'll leave the build kind of like here. Voyager was kind of neat just because it was shaped differently than the other ones up to that point. Again, I got to look in these paper bags to make sure I didn't leave any pieces because you can't see. So we're back to the back side. That goes there. Spread those out a little bit so I can see. All right, let's read some words. 2 secondary shuttle bays are located in the ship's neck, which is part of the secondary hull. The starboard bay is larger. Okay. So, and that was something Ben had said he didn't realize, and I didn't realize either, that there were multiple shuttle bays. Makes sense on a ship that's this big, but you never see it. Like, it was not something they actually ever filmed. So, Star Trekking across the... Nice. So, yeah, you never, and that was all, that's all budget things. Like, they could say, like, oh, we, this capital class starship has so many shuttle bays, blah, 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 but you don't ever see it, there's just a vague idea of like, oh, it was there. Okay, so we got a sticker that goes right there. Oh, I need a little 1x. It goes there. And the sticker we need is one of the exhaust port thingies. So it's one of these. Is it 1 or 2? Doesn't matter. Well, they do say 1. So we'll do 1. And I did not bring my sorting hat, but I should be alright. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Exhaust port. Alright. Is that an actual song there, Dusty? Star Trekking Across the Universe? some reason it's making me think of Highlander, and I don't know why. Because they had a song that was like something across the universe or whatever, where the saviors or we're the fighters or something of the universe or something like that. They achieve gravity on the Enterprise. That is a good question. Star Trek thing. Yeah. I do not know how they did. Oh, okay. So this is how we do our first little goofy thing. So we have a little claw that's right here. You can see that right here on the bottom. There's a little claw, and this fits in, and like that. So it makes a nice little, yeah. So this is, yeah, like I said, this is the neck. So this is gonna go like this, and this is, ah. So, I do not know. I mean, like they obviously had artificial gravity generation. But it wasn't anything like, so if you like watch Babylon 5, the whole station has a rotation to it. And some of the ships, the ships themselves have, that's how they artificially generate the gravity, is they have rotations within. Well, that's a really bizarre, Yeah, and I'm not liking how LEGO builds some of their stuff, but that's me. So, Klingons on the starboard side, starboard side. Thanks to the captain of the old eyesore, That guy was Captain Bleh. Don't ask what that's from. That's an old cartoon. Captain Bleh. Don't tell me it's over here. It's got to be over there. This one goes. Make sure I did that right. Aha! I did not. So. Shut up, was that was Greg? That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. Shut up, was. That's probably the best part of the whole. Like anything that was Star Trek the next. I mean, like, I know there's a lot of good parts to it, but I think it's funny that shut up, Wesley. Okay, so here's the thing. So this is how this goes, and there's going to be a little light that's down here. I kind of want to end my string of lights here, so I got to pay attention to how that goes in. It looks like it actually goes in with the little ball joint thing that's here. Which may be pretty easy, but we'll find out, obviously. So. That was so perfectly placed, Greg. I love it. There's a... I forget what it. Oh! It's So since it is Christmas time, or there is there's a Star Trek version of Let It Snow. Hey, Kimbar, baby sis, how you doing tonight? So there is a version of Let It Snow that is called, and I see it every year. It's called Make It So. And because of that. There is a part in there where he's just like, shut up, Wesley! And it's like perfect. It's like, it fits in there so good. Okay, so we're making the joints and everything so that everything fits together and slides together properly. So that this is indeed like a modular type of build. Again, you build this like a model where you do certain parts together and then put bigger sections together. So. Maybe. I'm not sure if it's that episode or not. Wouldn't surprise me, because like he said that because like I think like his like he was you know, everything was going wrong or whatever, and he was getting frustrated. So, but like, yeah, that's a funny thing. Shut up, Wesley. So we're on, I think this is bag 3 or 4? 3. We're on 3. 3, 3, 3. And again, I don't build fast. I just build continuously while talking. Which I guess is the same thing. And that goes right under there, and that just looks goofy. Like lots of color, but of course it gets trapped and you don't see it. Ah! And that just falls off because it's not secure yet. So that might be, I mean, like there's so many weird episodes, and it's fun. I mean, like, give credit to the writers for like coming up with all kinds of like scenarios and stuff. But like, you're in space, you can have anything do anything that you choose. You know what I mean? Because it's space. I mean, like, there's no expectation of like what's out there. So yeah. Where the Picard meme is from? Which one? No, I don't think. No, that came before. If what you're, if the well, which one? You have this one. You have the head hold Picard meme where he's like this. You have the one where he's like ah. So there's a couple different memes. I don't know which one you mean. I don't know which one you meme. Ha ha ha. I'm so witty. Hey Vab, how you doing? Good to see you. The second, that one, no, I don't. That's from. I forget what that one's from. That's from something else though. Good question though. I'm sure if you just looked it up, I'm sure you can find out. So this is. So we got some snot bricking here. This is gonna go on, you know, something with the connectors here. But anyway, yeah. So with Christmas here, look up on YouTube Make It So, and it starts off, and so what they did was they took parts from the show for all the words, only it's called Make It So. Did I sell the GWP? Nope, I still have it. I still have the GWP. Probably gonna keep it and build it for this. Simply because I like it. Like this isn't a GWP that I don't care about. The GWP I actually like a little bit more than I like the Enterprise. So no, I'm keeping, as of right now, I'm keeping it. We'll see at the end if I do build it or not. Oops. Wait. Oh, it does. That is offset. So this is something I noticed whenever I was sitting here waiting to get started. So I noticed on, I'm gonna see if I can do this right. We're gonna look at the box real quick. Yeah. Nope. Not gonna be able to look at the box. I'll have to zoom in on it with the camera. I was hoping I could move it, but I guess not. So the camera, if you look here, right here at this part, the seam between this curved section and this curved section is off. Like they're disjointed just a little bit. It's like, and Bob from our lug was telling me that these side curve parts are very, very loose. So I mean, like, it looks bad in the picture that like there's such a, the gap is, I mean, like, it's very noticeable. So it's like interesting that like they did that, and like it's again that noticeable on you know the picture that like every single box is gonna have, and like it just looks like poo. Kind of interesting. So probably a turkey. What are you dressing for on Thursday? Oh yeah. So what my sister is asking. So we're doing the Penguin Star Wars night is Thursday. So I am going dressed up as my 501st Inferno Squad. I'll be the black TIE fighter pilot. My Vader is not done. I actually have to get all the lost some weight. I have to get the measurements done and everything, and the bodysuit and everything ordered. Just haven't done that yet. So, but yeah, eventually I will be able to do Vader, just not yet. I'm hoping, because Empire Strikes Back is coming to Heinz Hall next year in May, for May the 4th. They did it this year with Star Wars, and Empire Strikes Back is next year. So I'm hoping to have Vader ready by then. We'll see. I should, but we'll see. Greg, that's interesting question. That's a very interesting question. My January pickups are the SLS. That's it. That's it. Nothing else is even vaguely or remotely interesting that LEGO has to offer in the next 3 months. It's sad, but like I'm being a little bit pickier as to the type of stuff that I want. But the SLS has movement, which is really cool from what I've seen. But like, other than that, I have no interest. Now this is cool. So we got this piece here. This is flat. You know, it's a tile, and it goes right on there. So in order to do the snot bricking they wanted to do here and have everything look the way they did, this part's kind of loose for the moment. It's kind of weird. So, but yeah, I am not impressed by any of the Lego coming out from Lego as far as that stuff goes. Ooh, this goes all the way back. Interesting. I don't know, most of this, I mean, like, I didn't get the original SLS. So, I'm excited to get this one because it does move. But, like, other than that, there's nothing that looks even remotely interesting as far as, like, the new stuff coming out. The Speed Champ, there's a couple of Speed, oh, yeah. The Back to the Future car. Get speed in a few city sets. Yeah. The Back to the Future car, definitely. But that's about it. So the SLS and the Back to the Future Speed Champion car. And then what I would like to do, so this will be a little bit of a cross over. Well, that's interesting. So it's slightly raised up here. Hard to tell. But this piece here is slightly raised up from the rest of this because of the fact that, like, we have, hold on, this is on the outside of the brick, this one here, but these ones are inset into the brick, so there's a slight variation. It's kind of cool that, like, they did that. But anyway, I would like to take the Western train that LumiBricks has and make the Back to the Future train. I think it would be a lot of fun. So 9 unopened Christmas sets. Oh wow, yeah, you got a lot of building to do. Peter, hold on. As Vader says, sorry, as Vader says, hold on.
Let's get building.
There, just had to do that, sorry. So, do as Vader says, you better get building. No, they aren't doing the train. So LumiBricks did a Western train already, and I think it looks great. And I would like to take that existing train and turn it into the modified one from Back to the Future. I think that would look really cool. No, it wouldn't be Lego, but Lego doesn't do a train that looks like that. So, kind of want to get the idea from Lumi and then, you know, take it and go from there. I think it would be really cool. So, oh yeah, well, you know what? The Doc Brown van should not be that difficult to do. It really shouldn't. So that's something you could probably mock up pretty easily. Right, nothing goes in there. No. Right. You probably should be able to mock that up. Because what is it? It's just it's a white high van that he drives. It has no windows. It just has the front. Looks like one of those old school delivery vans. So you should be able to do that. The Enterprise, this is kind of cool. The Enterprise is exactly 3,600 pieces. Exactly. Which is unusual. That doesn't normally happen. So they definitely planned that. See you, Dusty. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate you. As always, keep on building. All that fun stuff. All right, let's put some more flat panels on and cover up this ugliness that is here. There we go. I was like, why is that not working? This part actually does look good. Like I said before, even before I started anything with this, the bottom half, the fuselage here, looks really cool. Okay, so we're putting this on top of here. We do have this is for the stand, I betcha. So this goes on there. I'm just looking to see. So this is interesting. So we've got this little thing here that sticks up. Goes into this hole. It doesn't connect, which means I may be able to utilize that hole. That's like a guide, but I may be able to utilize that hole to do the what am I looking to say? To do the lighting, but we'll find out. And I think that's book 3. Yeah, book 3 is done. All right. Cool. So lights, yeah. Yes, lights. Thank you. Uranium. No. That's what the Back to the Future car used first. The first time. Oh, wait. I got a piece here that looks like it should go somewhere. This one's a different piece. That one's one that should not be forgotten. But I did not see. Let's look in the pieces. There was a spot. I don't recall seeing one. Speaking of that, back to 3. Ah, I see. Oh, okay, that's easy enough. It's that goes backwards. Okay, so it's right under here. That's easy enough. There we go. Okay. Shh, you didn't see that. Nobody saw that. No one knows what the Spanish... No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. All right, bag number 4 already. I'm already caught up to you, Ben. Even with the cat mishap. Kimberly, you missed it. You'll have to go back in time. Wait, okay, this is stupid. And the Death Star did this too. So far, all the small bags inside the big bag have been paper. And then they do this. They do plastic. What the heck? None of it makes any sense. So, none of it makes any sense. Lego, you don't make any sense. All right. Anyway, you missed it, Kimberly. When I started, and was just getting things underway, Paisley got herself caught in the cord that does the big camera. And then she got scared and took off and took the camera and the microphone and everything with it. It was kind of interesting. So, all right. So that doesn't stay up. Oh, now it does. Yay. All right. So. Oh, it was funny, though. It was funny. So who cares as long as you get all the pieces. That's right. That's right. I do, in a sense, because like Lego has stated multiple times, they're like, we're going to more sustainable, paper packaging that's better for the environment, and then they don't go all the way. They only go partially. It's weird. So, all right, shut up, Wesley. We've got Wesley here. Wesley Crusher, an avid young science prodigy, created the portable tractor beam generator as a science project. So this is from one of the episodes where Wesley created this little tiny teleporter. You can't call it a transporter, it's a teleporter. And as a science project, because he's a little nerd. Gotta find his hair. There it is. It does look like him too. There, we got Wesley. And it's little Wesley too. Like he has little legs, so it very well was. So, and here's the thing: you guys have voted, and I don't know yet because I don't have my glasses. I can't tell whether it actually does say boldy or boldly. So I guess I will have to get my glasses at some point and find out. But that means the poll gets to keep on going. So like you guys can guess. So Wesley, yeah. Did you know that rule? Not all of these chemistry sets from the... Wait, if you got one that had uranium in it, you won. I'm sure there was not much uranium in there. In fact, such a little amount. Otherwise, it would set off every detector that the post office has, because they do have them. So, like the post office has things that detect all that stuff. All right, and we need one of those. So. Yeah, there we go. So he's got his little little teleporter. Here we go. Would win 10K. Yep. All right, so there we go. So we got Wesley there with his mom, Beverly Crusher. So our first edition. That's what Ben had too. Ben already has the. He definitely had the Boldy, and I don't know, so I will find out. All right, this is where I got to start paying attention a little bit to see how the lights are going to go. So again, like I said, I want to end where this little light is that's in the back here. There's no picture on this part, but there's a little, like, it's almost like a brake light that's here in the middle. And that's where I kind of want to end. So like the lights are going to have to like start somewhere here, like the battery pack here, or it can be like down below, like where the stand is, come up, go through one, because this is a long thing of lights. So, and I used one of those for doing the Great Hall for Harry Potter. So like I was able to go through the whole thing without any problem. So it'll have to go through one of the engine nacelles, come around, and then end here, and I'm gonna have to black out some of them. So yeah. So, but we'll see. We'll see how easy it is. I've seen already that like some of the some companies like Light My Bricks and stuff, they've already come out with the lighting kits for those, and it's like the Vab got one. Vab got the lighting kit for this. I just remembered that. Oh, it's a 2x1 first, and a 6. I was wondering how that went together. Anyway, all right, so let's see as we start putting the curves here, because these are going to be to the engines that go up here. So it'll be interesting to see how Vabs works as far as doing the lighting versus what I can figure out with mine. See if like a $5 kit ends up being, like, obviously his will be designed for it, but this is cool, and this actually gives me hope, is the fact that like we have things like this. So to make the curves, we're putting in a bunch of these things that are curved flat pieces to kind of give some greebling to the whole thing, but still make it be, you know, curved. But like it adds in a little bit of difference as far as like making this work and be together. But it also gives me some gaps that I could use, like that. So because of the not the flex, but the bends to it. The bends. Yeah, probably a bad thing to talk about. let's not talk about the bends, right? Because this is this side. Like, we're doing this whole side, and then we'll do essentially the opposite side, and then put them together. So. Yeah. Ooh, lights. Speaking of lights, went and saw some lights near us that were really cool at a local park. Let's see, what am I looking for? 2, 4. Oh, that's a long one. Ha! We're not saying anything beyond that. No one comment. No one say anything. Boo boo. Alright. That's interesting. I do like how they added the tan pieces in to kind of give it a little bit of like, hey, there's sections here. It's not, you know, 100. I mean, like, they absolutely made their ships perfect, quote unquote. But this adds a little bit of just extra stuff to it. So you shush. All right, so the other thing too, so we're doing 3 of these together instead of 1 of the block parts. Again, making a little bit of variation to things. It gives it like these little ridges and stuff to make things a little bit interesting, like their windows and stuff. But since they go all the way through, I may be able to use that for wiring, because all that they are, all the thicker it is like this. So I may be able to do that for the wiring. So let us find out once we get this attached. And these Technic pieces here, these holes are so that it can do, the nacelles can just pop on. So that's cool. Hi Pixie, how are you doing? As you can tell from the feet, Pixie is here. What powered the Enterprise? The warp core. Without the warp core, nothing happened. Nothing worked. So the warp core is what powers the Enterprise, and that's in engineering. Docking Bay 94. No, I'm kidding. That's Star Wars. But yeah, the warp core is what powers the ship pretty much. And the ship. Yep. See. So in the ship, like, they have to recharge the warp cores too. Like, they couldn't. It wasn't indefinite. Like, they actually had it so like it wore out. So she just got up here. Yeah, she just got up here. So like you not noticing her, like actually no, she's been up here the whole time. I'm kidding. Okay, some more of these curved pieces. Oh, are you playing with my bricks? She's like, I'm just going to hold on to this one. Funny kitty. Okay, so again, oh, this one's a little slightly different. So again, we haven't put it on yet. Like, we haven't done this back end yet. But like, they use these grippies so that like this stuff is all modular. Again, we can just pop that on, and then we can, if we need to, take it off. Aww. She's looking all cute. She's like, why are you busy working with Lego? Why do you not pet the me? Right. Aw. You're right. That is adorable kitty. That is absolutely adorable kitty. And she knows it. That's the problem. Cats know that they are adorable. Stop it. You know better. You don't ever play with my Lego unless I'm doing it on stream. You don't ever do that. Yep, that's right. Kitty love. And it ends up she's the star of the show. Like, anytime she's on, like, she's the star of the show. So how's everyone doing tonight? We have quite a few people on, so very appreciate having everyone here. The Enterprise is going well. We are on bag number 4. And I'm going to start looking at how the lighting is going to go. It's a good thing you can't see that. You can't see it on the camera, but she's busy. She's busy being a cat and cleaning herself. So it's good that she's doing it over there. Yeah, vote on the poll. See if it's boldy or not. But it looks like we are almost done with this part of. Oh, this is going to go like this. Okay, so it's not very. It doesn't go very high. So this is the way it's going to go. This is the back end, in this side of the back end. So what I got to figure out is this is how it's all going to join together with those. So it's going to go like this. So the wiring should be. I should be able to hide that pretty good. With the gaps that I have here and everything, I should be able to do that pretty good. So we'll find out. Anyway, let's get a little closer to getting done with this part, and then we'll start playing around with the lighting. It may be something I can't do until I'm done fully with the back end, but at least I can do the back end separately, if that's the case. So. Yes, they do stare at you while they're doing it. That's right. That's right. Cats are like that. Muscle during a coughing fit. Well, so pizza tonight, but you wait. I have to know. So like, are you saying, Vab, that you're getting old and that you pulled a muscle just coughing? Which is not a surprise, actually. That happens to a lot of people. As they get older. That's funny, but I'm sorry. But it is funny. Oh, by the way, speaking of being old, it is my wife's birthday. And she is 39. So, wish her a happy birthday if you see her on. No, she was 29 like last year, but now she's 39. So, so yeah. All right, so now we flip this over, and we're gonna. Let's move this out of the way a little bit more. And we gotta put these on. So, oh, happy birthday again! Wait. What do you mean again? Oh, did you wish her happy birthday on Facebook or something? Over one. There we go. All right. Kind of hard to tell sometimes. Their perspective is a little bit goofy on how they build this sometimes, which is why I guess they do it in the app and have like the 3D rotation thing and stuff. But yeah. Wife of Nodge. There you go. You don't have Book of Face. I texted her. Okay. Book of the Face. All right. This next step is 2 pieces. That's kind of funny. Again, I'm not a fan of like these wussy instructions, but that's all right. So there it is. It is 9:13 now, and we are finishing up number 4. Number 4, Crunchy. That's Crunchy Frog. Number 4, Crunchy Frog. Anyone know what that's from? Pretty easy. It was number 4, wasn't it? Crunchy Frog. It's a couple minutes off. Yeah, it's just the way the time goes. I've made time slow down so I can build faster. I'm cheating. So Flying Circus. That's right. Number 4, Crunchy Frog. Oops, that's another tricorder piece. I think that's an extra, so that's cool. Got an extra tricorder piece for the whatever that thing's called. His little teleporter thing. Okay, so this goes here. So we're building there. So we're building up the back end here, again, the side. So this is all going to connect together here. So that a real frog is in there. Yes. Tell me, is it cooked? No. What a raw frog. What else? Did you take the bones out? If we took the bones out, it wouldn't be crunchy now, would it? All right, so this is interesting. So this fits together like this. Like, it looks like it should go this way, but it doesn't. It fits this way. So there we go. Ta-da! All right, now it won't stay. All right, so that's together. This is going to be, so a lot of this filler stuff in is probably going to be in the way of like the wiring that I would do. Kind of interesting. This actually flexes a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm kind of looking ahead, not ahead, but like looking to see where these parts go. All right, so let's do this. So this is my lights. Again, very, very, very professional. Make sure it works. Lights. Lights. I think these ones actually have a timer. Like, you can put it in the middle and they stay lit for a little while, and then you can do it all the way and it stays lit permanently. So let us unravel this. And so this is the interesting part. So the part here that goes from to the first light is thick. So I'm thinking I will put it down here in the whatever it's called. That thing, the thing, you know, the thing, the stand. But then I'll have to make a way for it to kind of go up in here somehow, or attach up, so that like I can swoosh the ship. You know how that works, right? Is the ship swooshable? So our first light is here, right past this, and they are pretty thin. They're thin enough that they can fit through these holes, and in fact, I had so the size of that hole, these lights actually fit through. And I had it done that way, like with a bunch of clear headlights that I used for the Hogwarts Great Hall. So I should be able to do similar to that. Just depends. So let's unravel this and straighten things out. There are a lot of lights here, so I should be able to make it nice and bright. But also, because there's a lot of lights, there's a lot of stringing to do. So trying to keep it all straight as I do this. The lighting is long. And at least with Hogwarts, it was easy because it was like you just strung it from one to the other, and it was pretty simple because it was all in the same area. This is going to require a little bit more playing around. Okay. So what I want to do, so we kind of have to do this backwards. Can you cut the end of those and they still... No. I mean, like, I could cut off this end, and then, yeah, it would still work, maybe. I'm looking at the ends here. Or I might just have to twist... they're diodes. They have the two connectors, so maybe? But I don't know. So this is pretty long. So this is what I want to go into the end. And the idea would be, so here we have the radar dish that you see here, this blue thing. So, and it probably wouldn't fit here very well, but it might. But if it went this way, circled around the radar dish, and then it would have to come back through. The other alternative is I have a little push light that might work for here too. You can see that since we have these little, it's hard to see, there's little connectors here. that should be easy to remove and put in. So I may just forego that and just have it go here. So let's look at this, how this is going to go together, so I can see how, because I could almost remove this piece. I can't see where it goes yet as far as being covered, but I can probably remove. That's 5. Okay, so let's do this. The sides here are still fine. We need to put this together. And I want to keep this open as much as possible. So what they're supposed to do is have this here. Oh, okay. All right. So let's do this. What else goes there? Kind of going ahead a little. Oh, see, so we do this, and it's not all together yet, and we immediately start doing it. So bag 5 starts the other side, starts the opposite side here. So this is where we got to kind of be a little tricky. So yeah, you got one from Bricklink, yeah. Or Bring. So what I could do though is I'm gonna be slick. I'm gonna pretend to be slick. We're gonna move this up here. We're going to take this piece out so that we have a little bit of an angle. And it looks like we're going to have, because of the doohickey here, the little grabby thing, we're going to have like a space. So that'll give me a place for this to go in. All right, so what I'm going to do is, let's go back. I'm going to pretend to put that on. I'm not going to put it on all the way. Again, we're trying to figure things out. So I'm going to build the little part that goes in there. All right. This part is supposed to go on here and keep things together. I don't want to do that yet. I may get another piece and make it a 1x so that it slides in there. I mean, like this will fit once underneath a plate and not push it up very much. But I still want to, if I can, I want to add a little bit of space to it. So let's do this actually. Since I'm going to modify it, it doesn't matter what colors I use because they're going to get covered up. So, yeah. Move that out of the way, move this out of the way. And I got some pieces over here from doing the Ewok village, or the Ewok thing. So we're going to use this instead of the orange light string. Yes, it is a light string. We're gonna, so we can have a gap, I'm gonna put in a 1x4 instead of a 2x4, and then that will give us a string gap right there. Now unfortunately that means that, you know, it's not going to be fully pushed down, but if I do it on one side, the other side can be, you know, fully enclosed. The only difference is we got this little thing down here. We have to see, once everything's together, how it's going to go. All right. So that's there. These outside ones we can do. And then let's finish up bag 4 with this, and then these. Yes, that. this. Okay. So I took out 2 pieces that we're not going to use. Those are on purpose, so that we can try to make this work so that the light can, the string of light can go here through here. So there's a gap here. Once these are together, there's still a gap. It might be able to come down here a little bit. In fact, we can probably remove this. Ooh, you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? Let's be creative. Since I've already done it. So this, there's a snot brick that's right here. So we can remove that. And it came out already on its own. Put this whole thing there. And now we have our gap. So again, so we have a snot brick out of there too. So we now have this nice little gap where the string, the light can go down here. This is actually kind of cool to figure out. So the end of our string is here. And it goes from here, gonna go down in here, through here. It can actually fit up into here. We can actually, because there's a light here, it can actually light up inside the Enterprise, which would be kind of neat. And then we'll figure out where to go from here. Probably going to remove that brick, because that makes sense. And then we're getting here to the back, which is what we want, so that we can come over here. So, all right, that's a good start. So these, I'm going to put these as like pieces that are removed, that are supposed to go in the build, but they're removed from the build. So that actually works pretty good. I like that. It's a little bit loose, but once we put it all together, it should tighten up. And if we do it on this side, we don't have to do it on the opposite side. It doesn't have to run through that way. So hopefully. All right, so we got that started. Doing stringing all the way over to here, we won't be able to figure out until we have the halves together and we can figure out what goes on top here. I mean, like I can see it here. There's some really long curved pieces that go here, but I'm not 100% sure how they go on, because these 2x1s in the middle, with the stud in the middle, kind of offsets it a little bit. So I'm not sure exactly how they go. Yeah, it's hard to tell. So we're gonna have to play around with it. So, all right, let's do bag 5. Bag 5. Yeah, snot brick. That's right. That's Nick's favorite word to not say. He hates the word snot brick. He hates it. All right, we're back to the paper bags. So that's nice of them. What are we at? We are at 9:28. Cool. I don't know how the front, like this front radar dish, I think fits in there. Like it looks like this has a thing around it that the whole thing will snap into these two things. So I think the light that I have, that'll be a push light thing, will work good for there. So I'm not going to worry about trying to string, because it would be hard to get through. There's a big plate here, and trying to get the light to go through all the way here and then come back would just be really tough. So I'm not going to do that. I think the push light will work. So we will see. All right, basically the same thing we just did, only backwards or opposite. All right, so let's spread these out. So I think, I mean, at least to start, I think that's going to work. Famous last words, you're right. We will find out as we go. So, yeah. It'll be interesting to see. So, Vab, what are you going to do as far as your light kit goes? Are you going to build the whole thing? Have you built the whole thing? Are you going to build the whole thing and then add the light kit in, or are you going to do it as you build? I'm curious how you're going to do it. Oh, whoops, back one. Hey Logan, how are you doing? We've already finished bag 4. I've made some slight modifications to this to be able to run the wiring for the lights that I'm going to try to do underneath here. But I'm kind of at a point where I can't continue that until I get the other half done, so I can see how this back half is going to go. And then I can play around with running the lights through. So, but the cool part is like they have some gaps in here, which is nice. Like the way it's designed. So, yeah. Well, Mr. Logan. And again, it is very modular in how it goes together. Like all the little parts kind of interconnect, little ball joints and things like that, which is kind of a good way to do it, and the way Lego's been doing a lot of these bigger sets. It just makes sense to do it that way. It also makes it easier to put the stuff together or to modify it if that's what you're going to do. So, are there 4 lights? No, there are 5. Those of you that don't know the reference to that, that was an interesting episode. That was a very psychological episode where Picard was captured by the Cardassians because they were testing his fortitude. They wanted to see if he was ready for the coming storm or something like that. I forget what exactly it was. But they were testing him with lights. He was in a cell, and they were trying to break him. And they kept saying that there were 5, wasn't it, or 3? No. They kept saying, "Are there 4 lights?" And he was like, "No, there are 5, or there were 3." I can't remember which way it was. But he kept insisting, "No." He's like, and they're like, "Are you sure?" But there are 4 lights. Pizza. Your final pay. Oh, how is schooling going, by the way? And how is your project going that you've been recording videos for and stuff? Kitty tail watching the Enterprise. Logan is in college, and he has been working on a paper, a project really diligently to do. It's like with multimedia and stuff like that, and he's been doing a lot of work. So. Which means he's not doing Bumblebee. As you know, he has not done Bumblebee. You can yell at him for that. Spent all day yesterday editing what came to be 1 point. You know what? Editing is a huge amount of work, which is why editors make a lot of money, because there is a lot to it. And that's what ends up happening. You feel like you've gotten a whole ton of footage, and then like you whittle it down, you take out the stuff you don't like, and yeah, you pare it down, and you're just like, how did I end up with like a minute from like 20 hours of filming? It's pretty nuts. I've done that kind of stuff before. All right, put a lot of pieces on for this one. Shiny. I like the little silvery shiny there. After the process was sorting, sifting through. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like that's it's just like doing Lego. The sorting process, figuring out which was the best take, and you have to watch over and over and over again to be like, is it not? Was someone making a weird face, or they picked their nose or something like in the wrong spot? I mean, like there is so much you have to look for when you're trying to find the best take of something. Okay. Yes, I see you over there, Pixie, being all cute. I see you. She's all like, why do you insist on doing other things? Pay attention to the me. Oh no, see that stinks. Whenever that sort of thing happens where you're like, oh, this is great, and then something like the audio or whatever is awful. That's where you go, no. Almost makes you want to do a whole nother take, you know what I mean? And like be like, let's get that perfection with, you know, the audio, the proper audio or whatever. But yeah, them's the breaks, unfortunately. Them's the breaks. Alright, we're gonna kick that over by the kitty and do this. I feel like I've done this before for some odd reason. I did that mistake before too. So. I mean, no mistake, no mistakes, no need to start over. Boo boo. So. Getting the neck set up so that we can put all the all these pieces on, the smooth curvy pieces. Oh, I see. I see. I mean, technically you could. I mean, like, it's a documentary. Like it doesn't mean it's perfect the whole time. I mean, like, documentaries are not like shot, you know, completely autonomous like that. Like, they do multiple takes, I guarantee you. Like, obviously, if it's like a nature documentary where, like, you know, a pill bug is doing something, he only does it once, you're kind of stuck. But, like, I don't know. Documentaries have multiple, but maybe the way you're doing it, you're not allowed? I don't know. Okay. Alright, that piece I was playing with, now we get to use. Alright, so we do... There it is. It's hiding underneath my arm. My hand. My hand. That barely is on there. There's some pieces here that are just barely on, and I kind of don't like it. So, but I've been saying that about Lego lately. Is like I'm not liking that some of the way that they build stuff. Some of the way the building techniques is really good and awesome, and some of them I'm just like Lego should do it better. And they know better. Like again, like the Death Slice, the whole idea that they did for the Death Star is poor. Now some people like it, which is fine. After building it, it's it's still But no, I'm not going to give it away. Little armature thing. Pixie's watching the piggies very intently. I haven't seen her lick her lips though, so that's good. She's like, "Why are you guys making so much noise?" Guinea pigs are weird. I think they're actually... Oops. One more. Come on. Get off of there. There we go. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me. I know this is kind of a... It's kind of fun getting to... I forgot that thing again. That goes there. This goes there. That goes there, right? Yeah. You got your pizza, yay! Now what? Now here's the question: what toppings go on your pizza? And it's a very specific question. What toppings go on your pizza? Extra cheese. That's it? That's it? Come on. Bacon, green peppers, delicious. What else? Pineapple does not belong on pizza. In case anyone thinks otherwise, it does not. Let's build this up for the neck. Your pizza is better. Never belongs. Yes, that is correct. And why is your pizza better? You have not told us what toppings are on your pizza, Vab, so we cannot confirm nor deny whether your pizza is better or not. I mean, if it's just better because it's your pizza, that's not enough. You must quantify the betterness of your pizza. Too big? No, that's right. Oh, that goes there. I was like, I know something is missing. There we go. Has the pepperoni. Has the pepperoni, not just pepperoni. The pepperoni. Sounds like an elitist thing. The pepperoni. Goes there again because it's got that goofy gap here, which is kind of funny. Oh, my poll question. So okay, so you don't know this. So let's reveal. Let's find out for sure. So well, I'll explain it first. So on here is a plaque. It says USS Enterprise, and it has on it the words, "To boldly go where no one has gone before," which is the famous line at the end of each beginning of an episode. However, there's a misprint on a number of these. Instead of saying boldly, it says boldy, like I spelled out in the poll thing. So the question is this boldy or is it correct? And boldly, that's the question. So get your vote in, see what you think. Is it boldy or boldly? I haven't looked yet because, unfortunately, my eyesight, I cannot read it. I need to I need to get my reading glasses, my cheaters, so that I can read it. So once I finish this, and it's hilarious that they screwed up. I think it's hilarious. Yes, you call up Lego and they will replace it. However, I want to keep mine. I want to keep my bad one. I'll put the good one on, but I want to keep my bad one because it's hilarious. So this goes there. All right, we have finished bag 5. So place your bets, people. Place your bets. Let me go get my reading glasses, my cheaters, and it is hilarious. I think it's hilarious. Of course I would keep the bad one. So let's go see. Let me go get my cheaters. All right. Cheaters are on. I can see clearly now. So the question is, what do you think? Do you think it's boldly or boldy? We'll see if I can get it up here. The answer is, it is boldy. Let me see if I can get it to zoom in on just this. Actually, I can probably do it on here. Ah, come on, focus, focus. It's not doing it. It is funny though. Come on, camera. Oh, I know, absolutely, absolutely. The fact that they did that, I'm trying to get it to zoom, but anyway, it does say boldy. To boldy go where no one has gone before. So I will definitely be calling or contacting Lego support and having them send me the correct one to put on the plaque. But I will definitely be keeping the incorrect one. All right, what time is it? 9:48. We can do one more. We can get bag 6 done. That'll at least get us a little bit closer to being able to put this together. In fact, I'll probably be able to fit some of it together to get an idea for the lighting. So, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. It depends. My buddy Ben was doing his stream and starting the Enterprise. All his bags are paper. Mine are not. Only the inner bags, some of them are paper, but the rest are plastic. His were all paper, so it depends on where it was packaged, for one thing, I would assume. But it still has the wrong sticker. So, yeah, it's who knows? Who knows where it came from? That could make a difference. I mean, like, who knows, you know? So, yeah. Yours are still in a box. You haven't even started yet. So you did. I didn't see you answer, Vab. Are you going to run the light kit as you build, or are you going to build and then run the light kit? Because I know how some of those do it. They're like, all right, take this apart, take this apart. I had to do that with the Pac-Man arcade. And then, you know, run the stuff. So. Oh, it's the only one in this set, or this particular bag. This is the little piece that I forgot last time, but I found where it goes, so that was easy enough. So, build, then the light kit. Okay, you want to open it? So do it. Open it. Paramount, whoever owns it, doesn't get cold feet because of this. Well, I doubt that they will. I'm sure it took a lot of negotiating to be able to do this, It always does when it comes to licensing properties. There's a lot of negotiation. But to have your IP as a Lego, I mean, come on. They were willing to do it. The price just had to be right, and I'm sure it was. All right, so this is number 2. Don't go number 2. This is the vent that goes on here. There's not too many stickers, which is good. But still, again, a big set like this, they really should have printed pieces. They really should. I think they don't do that a lot of times because then the printed tiles and the printed pieces end up being collectible things, and they don't want to do that. But still, for a set like this where you're spending a lot of money, it really should be printed pieces. Really should. Anyway, that's my rant. So, Will Wheaton. Yep. Yeah, they're back here. You can see them. So there's Beverly, and there's Will with his little teleporter gun thing or whatever it is. So yeah, 2 figures so far. There. This is the little doohickey that goes on here. So we take this, say, hey, you go in there. You clip on the little armature. Maybe. Doesn't want to. There we go. All right. Kind of loose, but yeah. So that goes there. Oh, we're going to continue on here. So, flip it over this way. Shut up, Wesley. Greg did that earlier. I forget who. I think it was, I think Dusty said something, and it was perfect. Perfect timing. He said, he said, shut up, Wesley. It was perfect. It was great. But that was pretty good too. There it is again. That's right. I mean, you gotta admit, Wesley's character is just easy to yell at and make fun of because he's way too much of a you know, whatever kid, smart alecky, know-it-all, kind of like Sheldon. So very similar, which is why Will Wheaton fit really good going on Big Bang Theory. So Bazinga, yes, exactly. Yep, exactly. All right, this is looking. It is looking like the Enterprise. And when I first saw the images they had released for this thing, I immediately said I like the bottom half better than the top. Like I think the bottom half looks way better. It's designed better, and LEGO should know better again because they've had years of doing Star Wars sets and doing saucers and things like that. It's like why can't it be more like it should? And I've seen plenty of people that have done their own versions of the Enterprise, and they look like their saucers look pretty darn good. I've seen several that look really, really good, and it's like, I mean, nice of LEGO not to copy directly what someone else had done, their technique and things, but at the same time, it's like you're spending what, $400 on this set. You know, it should be, I mean, the first one should be top notch. So yeah, you take the Sheldon over Wesley any day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. When to beam up? Nah. Wesley is, I don't know. He's a troll. Wesley's a troll. Okay, let's make sure. So this is the joining part for... Is that for the saucer? No, this is for down. Trying to see where it's at. Oh, that's for in here. This is for the radar dish. Not 100% sure exactly what to call that. Confused about something here. Hold on, gotta look back because something doesn't look quite right there. From this back one, that. Oh, good thing I saw that. Yeah. That is slightly incorrect. And I dropped a piece. Oh no, boo boo boo. That needs to go back one. And that goes on there. I fixed it, I fixed it. Make sure everything else is correct. Yep. Yep. Okay. This goes back here. Now we're back to over here. All right. Oh yes, Wesley is definitely a spoiled little brat. Absolutely. Absolutely. And he plays the character very well, but he is a spoiled little brat. Anastasia learned the Johnny game, the Johnny. Whoops, is that one? Is that the one you mean? When you say she learned it, does that mean that she knows how to do it, or she encountered it for the first time? You had to teach her the right. If you don't know what we're talking about, which you probably don't, it's a family thing. Well, for us it is. Like, I've never heard it before. Oh, I'm proud of you. Anyway, I'll explain what that is when we're done tonight. Oops. There is nothing holding that on right now, so it kind of falls off until you put that on there. So. She just knew the hand part. Okay. So it's a little game that you do. I really don't know what it's called. I mean, like I don't know if it's called. I mean, like, we call it that because that's what it is. But like, right. But what is its official title is what I want to know. I guess the Johnny game works. But see, I play Johnny Says with the kids at Awana, and that's the Johnny game. So. 10 minutes before I told her what it was. Oh, so she just kept getting... She probably wasn't paying attention. She got frustrated. Okay. Put that down for a second. This is the part on the other side that I took off so that I could run the wiring through. And I do think it will work that way. But again, we will find out as we get to the point where we put this thing together, all together. All right. Got a little part done. Let's do the next little part. Put it on there. A favorite episode of Star Trek? You mean Star Trek in general, or you mean specifically the Next Generation? Next Generation. My favorite, I think, is where they first encounter Moriarty, and he starts taking things over because he's trying to figure stuff out and things. It's really cool. Just a neat concept idea, and Moriarty is always just a like the way they portray him and who portrayed him was a really, really cool character. So yeah, that's one of, I would say that's one of my favorites. Holodeck gone wrong is all. Yes, exactly. It's just like so different. Like, oh, this is really bad. No, that's right. And then this goes over one. Yeah, holodeck gone wrong is always a fun time, because like again, you're not expecting that, and it's a holodeck program that just like, oh, but almost like it's a virus or it got a virus, but it's not. You know, it's you know, the holodeck program gains sentience. It's AI taking over. You know, which is kind of an interesting concept, especially nowadays. Data is your favorite. Brent Spinner is a great actor. He is not my favorite. The thing I find funny, I don't know if I have a favorite, because TNG was so I didn't, you know, I grew up sort of with TNG, but I preferred the original, you know, because that's all we had, was the original in TNG, and I prefer the original stuff, especially the movies. But I always thought, I always thought Worf was he was a stunted character, because he is the, you know, chief of security and always fails. Like, he's never allowed to win, like in the Next Generation. He is always failing. And it was always sad because, like, you know, again, he's a Klingon. He is brutal, or he's supposed to be brutal and all that stuff. And he fails miserably. He's never allowed to win. So whenever he went on Deep Space Nine, it was nicer because he was allowed kind of to do more his style, like who he's supposed to be. But I never liked him on the Next Generation. They just didn't let his character do what he should be. So Kirk versus Gom is. Oh, I remember that. Actually, the best episode is hands down with the original series is The Trouble with Tribbles. Has to be the hands down favorite is The Trouble with Tribbles. All right, I gotta put this on. Where does this go? This goes this way. Yeah. All right. That should be good. And we are done for tonight. Let's pause it. Just over 2 hours. Just over 2 hours. The other best, yes. Trouble with Tribbles is so good. And I think Next Generation did their own version of it, didn't they? They did a Return to the Tribbles or something like that. I think someone did. I can't remember. So we're not done yet, obviously, with this, but the halves go together just like this. Here's the interesting part. So I've changed this side a little bit to have a bit of a gap so I can run the wiring through. So you can see there's a tiny bit of a gap, and then there's a gap down here. Oops, too high. There's a gap down here along this edge, this top edge. But until we get these together and we figure out how this is supposed to go, I think this will work though. I think I have enough of a gap to be able to run my wiring through starting here and to come down. And once I can figure out how to go, this is going to be the interesting part, going through these. But there's some gaps that I think will work. But once we get them to go up and then back across to the other one, I think it'll work out. So, and I'll have some extra lighting to make it look like there's like lights in this thing. So yeah, it's kind of neat how they did this. It's like so these they'll come together, and then you'll these parts will go together. I mean, like you'll put these together. Underneath here will come together because it needs to be smoothed out and everything. But you've got these two joints here. These two, like this is where the stand goes in, these two sides. But then you've got these that are going to allow you to fit things together so that, like, basically you're going to be able to take this thing apart, I think, pretty easily, which will be nice to be able to access stuff. Heck, I could even run lights under there if I want. Pretty well designed. I like how with all the curves they did a good job with that. So, all right, so there's our halves. We are through we are through number 6. Oh, the Johnny game. Okay, so I want everyone to go like this. Take your hand. I'm trying to get it oriented on the camera. Okay. All right. I gotta do this hand. This hand will make more sense. So you go like this. This is the game. Johnny, 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 whoops. Johnny, whoops. Johnny, 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 Johnny. All right. And so you've got to do that exact same thing. That's the game. Okay. So can you do it? So Johnny, 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 whoops. Johnny, whoops. Johnny, 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 Johnny. So can you do it? I know I can, my sister can, and now apparently my niece Anastasia knows how to do it. But do you know the trick? Do you know how to do it? I'm just curious. Make a video. Make a video of yourself doing it and then post it, and we'll see if you do it right. But anyway, so next week we are going to continue the build, obviously. Oh, Jason got on the first try. That's because he paid attention. That was good. I figured he would. So, next week we are going to continue the Enterprise. We'll probably, since we'll put these two halves together, there will be a little bit more of the lighting done with it. But I figured out some of it already. I think I have a good channel to where this stuff is going to run. And I think this all underneath is going to be covered anyway, so that's going to work out perfectly. So the lighting can run through here, under here. It's back here that'll be interesting once we figure out how these panels go. And then down here, the hard part is, like, this is one stud, this is one thing of bricks wide only. So that's going to make things a little bit difficult for running wire because it's going to push up against. So I'm going to have to probably either replace some pieces with some other ones or whatever. So the colors are interesting. It's to kind of offset some stuff and to make it look more like it's paneled, even though it's very smooth. I think they did some good choices with it. They also did some cool things like this. Like, you see that, which I can utilize some of these gaps for my wiring, but also it's to, like, make it look like it's windows. So that's the way it is. It's kind of cool because there's windows all over the ship. but they were smart not to put like a whole bunch of stickers on it. That would just look cheesy and cheap. So they have these little, they have these little, you know, holes everywhere to be like, hey, there's viewports and things like that all over the place. So that was kind of a neat way to do it. I like it. I think it works. So, but we'll find out. So here we go. Six done. 2 more, and we'll have this finished. This bottom half finished, and we'll be able to put it together. Clear this out, and I'm betting. See, that's the thing. I know the stand is bags 10 and 11, because once we finish this part, we'll need to put it on the stand because this whole, I don't have my camera up. The whole saucer section is a lot of weight. So it's gonna have to, yeah, you can see the bottoms here that like, because this is where the holes are for the stand to go in, but then this whole part is going to be filled in and covered and kind of smooth and looking nice. And then you have to have in the front here is where the deflector array goes, which is 2 pieces. That looks interesting. But I think the piece that I have for doing the lighting is going to fit in there. And if it doesn't 100%, I'll be able to fix it. So I think I'll make it work. So thanks everyone for tuning in. We've got Beverly Crusher, we've got Wesley Crusher right there. We've got almost the 2 halves done of the bottom section, which is actually the battleship portion of the ship. This actually is the part. So the saucer, when it separates, the saucer part is where like all the people are supposed to go to escape, and then this is the part that does the fighting. So that's the way it's designed. You only see it happen a couple times. I think only a couple times in the show, and it definitely happens in the first movie. Yeah, they're all about destroying the Enterprise. They always want to do that. So yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. So far, it's a good build. I'm liking it. So tune in next time, same time, 8 o'clock, as always. May the brick be with you, and keep on building. We'll see you next time. Oh, keep on building and blessing. We'll see you next time.